Hello all, this is a video sharing a behind-the-scene look at the products that CGS is currently working on. A lot of these are Excel projects that I had done years ago, really. Never would I do something twice without figuring out a way to automate it. First off, thank you for considering commercial glazing services. We are always here, and we will be servicing specifically the commercial glazing industry till the end of time. This here is NanoWall. The purpose of this is to create a request for quote to make your life and the independent rep's life easier. It gives them the opportunity to focus more on purchases and meeting with architects. So the idea here is to figure the size chart. A lot of times you'll send in, oh, we need a 12-foot, 12-foot SL70, and it simply doesn't exist. Well, I guess you can go up to 144. Anyway, this is a easy way of understanding what is available. These A, B, C, and D, I haven't really clarified exactly what it is. I'll put a little cheat sheet over here. But this is taken directly from their website. We have here your door mark, and then door 1 shows up here. You can do your rough opening height. So you go, 9 foot, and it brings it down there. The rough opening width, this is a dependent drop down of that width, right? So 6, 7, 8, or 9 are available. And then that changes this as well. So if I were to go to 24 foot, it will refigure this. So you can go 10. And then it'll refigure this, 5L5R. And all those numbers will create the actual, part number of the SL70. This would be a SL70 O5L5R, I believe. Also, the saddles. This gives you an idea of what you're actually looking at. Talking about this over the phone, you're like, I guess I'll take the low profile. But this is the most popular one: weather low, thermal yes. If you want to go with something without a door, you go to high performance. Weather's great. SL70, stainless steel, brass. It'll just show you exactly what you're looking at. Custodial. That one's silly. The other thing here is in conjunction with a chart that I'm making, much like if you go on OBE, the glass select, you can plug in your performance values in XYZ and it'll give you back your options. That's the idea I'm doing here. A lot of times the NanoWall just wants to know your U values and stuff, and I believe they'll glaze it mostly. And they have a little slightly different way of figuring that. They have different products that are not typical, I believe. So that will be something that goes on to the RFQ as well. And then, coming back here, you can add a door number 2 and plug it in, hit add, and it'll add it up. Right. That's the vision there. Other products, let me just close these as I go. This one's kind of silly, a door glass calculator. Everyone's got one of these. Glass side, That one's old, I don't even know why I have it up there. Window comparison chart, this is Conair and Traco. I still have some work to do on this. System conversion chart. A lot of this is not done, but it'll link it right to the thing. I'm also coming up with the submittals for these things, so I'm going to link this to the YES45TU submittal. I have a large library of that. I just need to make it available and make it palpable. This is pretty cool. If you have larger projects, door hardware is very challenging. A lot of times you will bid it by getting a quote from the hardware supplier, and then you'll just have Conair buy it from them and kind of screw up the whole profit margin. This makes it easier. You can put in your hardware list. A lot of times at the end of the hardware quote, they'll give you a hardware list. And you can just plug it in here and then you can pull from that by plugging in the description there, and I'll put it all in there. There it is. There. Continuous hinge, there it is. So once you compile a hardware list of just about everything in there, you can make different names and really make it very easy. And the point of this is to get everybody on the same page. Doors are very challenging, and I don't blame Connor and Oldcastle for messing it up sometimes, but you need to be able to come back to something and say, hey, look, we sent it like this, you guys came back with this. It'll get you better response time, because if they're like, we're held up against the wall. Everybody's been through those back and forth emails where they're like, oh, do you want this or you want that? This makes it a lot easier. You can name the mark, the door type, all that kind of stuff. And then you just send them this and say, hey, that's what we want. Also, I've mentioned the sunshade takeoff sheet. What I did was I went through Connier's CAD drawings, and they're not very good. I believe that they just had the lists down here. They don't have the quantities. The takeoff guide is not good. So what I did was I color coded everything. I put in the quantity of, you need 4 hex bolts, you need 8 flat washers and XYZ, showing you exactly where it is. This is a deep cover. I have deep and shallow figured for 1600. There's a deep inside corner 135 with a double mullion. This one's crazy. This is a outside with a single mullion. All right? So it figures everything out for you. You can see it there. All you do is then plug in your values. It'll update the screws that you need and compile them here. I need to do a little more work on this, but it is very much already there. There's also stock length components, brake metal adapter, 1-inch cover, stuff like that. Let's see. And then the blades comes over here. It'll copy this over, at which point you figure your outriggers, and that will update your blade types. Number of blades per bay, fascia is already figured. And I'm also going to bring over the pictures over here of the 30-inch curved and square diamond blades, much like the Nanowall. So I have some work to do on that. But my first priority was obviously getting out Glass Estimator Pro and Easy Proposal, and I've achieved that. I'm looking forward to making more products for you guys, and really any requests you have, if you want to add a product to GEP, like Style Mark or whatever you might want, give me a call, 610-442-8918, and I can do it for you. Feedback from my customers is the most important thing to me, and I'm always here. If you have any questions about anything, just give me a call, and I'll be happy to take your call. Onward and upward. Thank you very much.